Today I've got a very exciting video. I'm going to be finding out what is the best budget magnetic cube at the start of 2021. So we've got the Meilong M, the YJ Mini Zhilong, the Yushin Little Magic M, the RS3M 2020, and the QiYi MS. So I'm going to sit down and we'll take a look at these puzzles one by one and try and work out which is best. So I think what we'll do is just push them away a bit, and let's start by having a look at the Meilong. Alright, here it is. There's the cube. Here's a stand and here's a little accessories box. Just put them to the side for now because we really want to just have a look at the actual cube. Wow. Okay. I'm really enjoying the feel of this actually. The magnets feel like they snap into place really well. It's a very dry feel out of the box, but it turns pretty quickly actually. It's fairly loose, and I'm actually enjoying this quite a lot. Yeah, I can achieve very high turning speed, and the magnets feel pretty nice. Little lock up there. Okay, wow, I'm pleasantly surprised with that. Yeah, that's feeling like a very solid cube. So let's test the corner cutting. We'll go to 45 degrees. Okay, so it's struggling to cut 45 degrees forward and reverse. But just before 45 degrees, it cuts fairly easily. So yeah, pretty much right the way up to 45, it's going to cut. And then reverse. Yeah, not the best corner cutting actually. But I do just like the magnetic feel. I think those magnets are working really well, and I'm pleasantly surprised with that cube, so yeah, pretty good. Oh wow, the M slice is satisfying. Yeah, so the Meilong M is very good from first impressions. The next one up is going to be the YJ Mini Zhilong. Right, so this one's got some plastic wrapping. So this one, maybe I shouldn't have included it because it is actually a smaller size, but it's still a budget price and I'm interested to try it out. So we've got some nice YJ packaging, pretty good, and let's see how to get this open in a roundabout way. And here it is. It does look pretty small actually in my hands. It feels like it's very small. Little accessory box again, and let's just get the packaging out of the way. Okay, so let's take the plastic off this cube and have a look. This cube is so cute. Oh, it's so little. Wow, and it's very quick. Yeah, very quick turning feel. Speedy. Quite snappy as well. Actually, it has a fairly similar feel to that first cube, to the Meilong. Definitely, you can tell that it's smaller though. I wasn't sure how obvious it would be, but it does feel a lot smaller in your hand. So maybe this will be ideal for one hand. Let's try some one-handed turns on it. Yeah, that's feeling pretty good. And I can generally fit it on my hand and do those pinky finger turns with much more ease than I normally can. So that's handy. Yeah, this is pretty solid actually, considering how small it is. Yeah, I'm impressed with this puzzle. And let's just get it back to the solved position. It feels really cute. Oh, I've got a corner twist there. Very dinky. Yeah, I really like that as well. So far I've been impressed with both of these cubes, even though this one probably wouldn't use it much if I was actually trying to get good times, because it does feel a lot smaller. So this one's got pretty good corner cutting. It's pretty easily going 45 degrees, and reverse cutting is pretty decent. Okay, so that's pretty impressive. I'm fairly happy with that. So the next thing to have a look at is going to be the Yushin Little Magic. Got Kevin Hayes on it. So let's get into this one. Fairly plain box here, nothing special inside it, just the cube itself and a little pamphlet, but that's fine. It's a budget cube, so shouldn't really expect anything too fancy. And let's have a look. Okay. Okay, this has a more unique feel. This one feels quite sandy. It's got a bit of lube in it, I can tell, and it's really quick out of the box. Really, really quick. Yeah, I would say that this is my favourite so far, actually. Wow, that is a very impressive puzzle. Really rapid turning on this. Feels very smooth, very soft turning feel, which I enjoy. Sort of similar to the Tengen, so that might be why I enjoy it, because that's my main cube at the moment. And let's have a look at corner cutting. Yeah, turning pretty easily at 45 degrees, that's impressive. And reverse, not really turning 45. Ooh, seems to be a bit of a problem with the reverse. Even there it's not cutting, which is not brilliant. But the front corner cutting is very good. Wow. Yeah, I really love the feel of this cube, actually. So let's move on now to the RS3M and have a look at that. Okay, we've got a Moyu cube stand. Here is the actual cube. And there's something else in this box. Oh yeah, there's a little accessories box down there. So we'll take another look at that in a moment. Okay, it's got a really nice sort of slightly sticky feeling around the outsides. And the turning is, whoa, super snappy. So this is a very quick cube. It turns at a very high speed, and the magnets are a bit weaker, I think. They still align pretty well, but I just don't necessarily feel them as much on some of the other ones. And I would say that this is actually my new favourite so far. Simply due to its really, really quick performance. Wow. That feels like an expensive cube, and yet it's under £10, so that is super impressive. I'm absolutely loving the feel of this one. Let's have a look at corner cutting. So forward corner cutting, yep, going easily at 45, nice. And reverse, also reverse cutting 45, very pleasing. Wow, so this Worm 2020, RS3M 2020, I can definitely see why it's so popular. It does feel very nice. It's got very quick turning, very good smoothness, and you can feel the magnets, although they're a bit weak. Wow, I'm super impressed. Okay, so the final cube to have a look at now is the QiYi MS. So I already have the QiYi MS Pyraminx and 2x2, and I do find them both really great cubes. So hopefully this will continue in a similar vein to them. Okay, so this feels a bit slippery on the outside. I think there's probably some lube on it, but that's not a big issue. Let's do some turns. Okay. Wow, this is also pretty quick, and the magnets snap into place really well. M-Slice feels really good. Doesn't require much effort to turn it. Oh, okay, so this slippiness is a bit annoying. It's making me kind of lose my grip of the cube sometimes. But the actual turning is fantastic. Really quick. Quite similar to the RS3M. Sorry, I don't know why I keep calling that. But yeah, not quite as nice. It's a lot tighter, I think. And so the turning just feels a little bit more restricted, but still very smooth. Still nice magnets. So let's test the corner cutting of this cube. And 45 degrees. Okay. Corner cut sometimes, and other times it kind of stops. So that's a little bit worrying. And again, my hands are slipping a bit. So this does feel a bit unstable, which is slightly worrying, but it's not a huge issue. Reverse corner cutting, not brilliant either. Okay, so from the initial unboxing, I would rank them probably the YJ Zhilong at the bottom, but that's sort of to be expected due to its miniature nature. And then I think, let me just have another little play with them. And then I'll say the Meilong M after that, because it's good, but it's not that good. And then it's going to be between the QiYi MS and the YLM. Yeah, the QiYi MS is going to go next. So the QiYi MS is going to be my third one. Then, tough decisions. Actually, yeah, I think definitely I'll put the YM next in second place, and my first place from the initial unboxing is definitely going to be the RS3M 2020. It's just so brilliant. It feels like a premium cube, and yet it's a budget cube, and it's in a similar price range to all the others, so I'm massively impressed by that. Here's my first impression lineup. So now I'm going to go and do some solves. I'm going to do an average of 25 on each one, and we'll come back and compare some statistics. Okay guys, so I've finished my 125 solves, and now it's time to go over the rankings for the cubes and have a little look at my statistics. I've made some spreadsheets and hopefully they look quite nice, so here we go. Coming in 5th place is the YJ Mini Zhilong. So this cube is actually really nice in its turning feel. It has this smooth, clicky feel, and the magnets feel really good, but it is small, and although it doesn't look that much smaller than a normal cube, when you're solving you really notice it, and it makes certain finger tricks just a bit awkward. So I actually got a new PB whilst using this cube, which was pretty surprising, because had it been on my main, the Tengyun, it could have been an amazing solve. I got an 841, but apart from that, this average wasn't great, and I got my worst MO3 and worst AO5 out of them all whilst using this cube. So I think it's just that the smaller size was hard to get used to and made finger tricks a bit awkward. Coming in at 4th place, it's going to be the Meilong M. So this cube is pretty disappointing if you ask me. It just feels exactly the same as the normal Meilong in terms of turning feel, only a tiny bit better because the magnets are actually pretty weak. So it has that typical Meilong feel of soft turning, and yet at the same time the turning feels kind of dense and heavy, and I feel like I have to put a lot of effort into each move to make the cube turn, and I don't like that feel at all. So overall, this really wasn't great, and my average on this cube was only 0.2 seconds better than on the mini cube. That in itself says a lot about how poor this cube is. The fact that I couldn't even do much better than on a miniature cube with this one. So I definitely wouldn't recommend the Meilong. It's only £1 less expensive than the RS3M, and yet it's so much worse. So just get the RS3M. Coming in at 3rd place is the QiYi MS. So this is a cube that I really like the feel of. It has a very clicky, snappy magnetic feel, which is very satisfying to turn and very enjoyable actually. My times on it were decent, not the best. As I say, they were bang in the middle. I got a lot of 12s on it, which was pretty nice because I like getting 12-second solves. And just having a look, I also got quite a few 15s. In fact, more 15s than in any other category, which is a bit disappointing though, because I hate getting 15s. They're a lot worse than my average. So this was a pretty weird cube. It was very inconsistent because, as you can see from the statistics, I was either getting really good solves like 11s and 12s, or really bad solves, 15s and over 15s. So all in all, I wasn't very happy with how it turned out. So the actual cube itself is good, the turning feel is nice, but I think that there are 2 main reasons why I didn't do too well on this cube. Number 1 is the exterior texture. So it has like a slightly frosted feeling, and this makes it slippy. My hands are kind of running over it and not gripping, whereas on all the other cubes in this list, I was able to grip them much easier due to a glossier finish. And then the other thing is the size. So this is 56.5 millimeters. On my Tengyun, I'm used to 55 millimeters, so that's not brilliant, and that meant that I couldn't get as good times with this as I normally do. So coming in 2nd place, my runner-up for the best budget cube going into 2021, is the Yushin Little Magic M. So this cube is really nice, has a very satisfying turning feel, quite sandy actually, and smooth, pretty snappy, fairly weak magnets, but I just got on well with the turning. The colours are extremely vibrant, and so this meant that for the first 5 solves or so, I was a bit inconsistent because I think the bright colours were just putting me off a bit, but I got used to that very quickly. And I got a very good average on this, not far off my usual average on my main, 1361. And I also got a sub 10 solve, which was pretty nice. The reason why this doesn't win is because if you look at the distribution, the time distribution, I got a few 11s and 12s, but I actually got more 14s and 15s and over 15s on this cube. So the majority of the results were actually in that upper bracket, whereas on the RS3M, although there was only a difference of I think 2 solves, they were in the lower bracket, in the 11s and 12s and 13s. So all in all, I was pretty happy with this cube. It is very good and I would recommend it. However, it's not quite the winner. So, that means that my winner for the best budget cube going into 2021 is the Moyu RS3M 2020. This cube is just fantastic. It feels like a premium expensive cube and yet it's only £10. It even has its own customization tool. So I'll show this on the B-roll now. So there's a customization tool where you can just click around these teeth anti-clockwise and that's going to change the spring tensions. So that's really great. That's a sort of premium gang style feature on a £10 cube, which I was just really impressed by. And overall, I was just blown away by this cube. The turning field is really smooth and again quite sandy. Stronger magnets than the Yushin Nugo Magic, but not particularly strong. And it just feels really great. The turning is just very snappy and quick, pretty effortless. I don't feel like I have to put lots of work into doing a turn. All in all, it just turns really brilliantly. And I can get almost as good times as on my main. 1351 average, and as you can see, on this cube, I actually got a lot of 11s and 12s, which made me really happy because, you know, everyone loves getting solves that are significantly under their global mean. So that was really good. I adore this cube, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone wishing to get their first magnetic cube, or even just to get a new magnetic cube as an upgrade, perhaps, because it is really great. It's not quite, doesn't quite beat my Tengyun, but it does give it a run for its money in some areas, and its corner cutting is fantastic as well. Effortless 45 degrees, forward and reverse. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video counting down the best budget cubes going into 2021. It was really good fun for me, and now I've got 5 magnetic cubes, which is great if I want to do some multi-blind or some fun challenges. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you're still here at the end of the video, I hope you did, so please subscribe, make sure you like the video, and tell me what you thought in the comments section. I'll see you next time.